Hey Laurel families, this is Miss Henry. I teach 6th and 7th grade science, and I wanted to show you guys an activity that we started in class and hopefully you guys can enjoy at home. Before I get into the activity and what we're doing, I just want to say that I truly miss all of my students, and it's not just the students that I have in my classroom, but all of these students that I've been able to meet throughout this past school year. I really miss you guys, and I hope you guys are happy and healthy and enjoying the time with your families. I would also like to introduce my younger sister. Her name's Mayana. She's also in middle school, and she's going to help me through this lab. So what we are doing, we are going to show the rock cycle with Starburst. Now, you don't have to use Starburst. You can use any kind of like chewy candy. So we're using jelly beans to show it, but you can use Starburst, jelly beans, Sour Patch Kids, Swedish Fish, anything that's like chewy. It should work pretty well. So my 6th grade, we started this activity in class because we were learning about the rock cycle, and I wanted to give them an opportunity to actually be hands-on with the rock cycle and show it just right in front of them, because it's a lot harder to understand what's going on around you if you can't really hold on to it. So the whole purpose of this is to explore the rock cycle, as well as the rocks that are inside of it and how it's formed. You're going to need a few materials. So I have a printout of the entire lab. If you want the printout, I can email it to you, no problem. Just reach out to me. My email is elizabeth.henry@laurel.k12.de.us. And but I'm going to go through everything word for word, so if you want to follow along with the video instead, totally fine. So materials that you need per person: you need 3 to 4 Starburst candies or whatever chewy candies that you have. You need a Ziploc bag, a heavy book, something like this, and a microwave safe bowl, like that, and a microwave. So also, disclaimer, please wash your hands before and after. We have hand sanitizer, we just used it. Please wash your hands. And you might need parent supervision at one point, because you will be using a microwave, and the contents that you're going to be putting in and out of the microwave will be hot, so you need to be careful with that. So to start off, this is part 1. Number 1, it says begin by cutting or tearing each individual Starburst into pieces or sediment. So like I said, we have jelly beans on our plate, and we're going to kind of squish them up, kind of tear them apart a little bit. So I'm going to take a jelly bean and rip it in half like that. Both of us have 4 jelly beans, and the key part of this is that they have to be different colors. You got to be able to see the formation of these rocks. So like I said, if you're going to use Swedish Fish, I don't know if they make them in different colors, but try to find some that are in different colors. All right, so we have cut up and torn apart our jelly beans like that. And this also comes with a question. So the first question says, by breaking down these pieces of Starburst, you have mimicked the process of breaking down rocks through contact with the Earth's atmosphere, water, or organisms. What is this process called? I'm going to be asking a few questions throughout this lab. I'm going to let you guys think about it. I'm not going to answer any of them in this video, but if you would like the answers, just to double check, if you're going to have conversations about this, I will gladly send them to you. Okay, so our second step, it says take all the pieces of sediment that you created and mix them into a pile. So now we're going to kind of squish them into a pile. We're going to use our fingers. This is why I told you to wash your hands. Going to get them to stick together a little bit. And then this step also comes with a question. It says, by moving all of the pieces into a pile and transporting them, you have mimicked the action of surface processes, which includes the flow of water or wind, and it removes rock from the location on Earth, and then it moves it to another location. This is a certain type of process that you also need to figure out. Pretty similar to the first one. Are you ready for step 3? Perfect. All right, step 3 says put all of the pieces of sediment into your hand and press them together. So we kind of formed them into a little pile. Now we're going to really press them together. We're going to make sure that they're sticking together completely. So Mayana, she's using the palms of her hand. I'm still using my fingers. This one comes with a question again, and it says all of these sediments becoming cemented together create a blank rock. There's only 3 types of rocks, so it creates our first type of rock. All right, so let's flip that page. Oops. All right, so this is part 2. Part 2 says, place your Starburst rock or whatever candy rock that you have in a Ziploc bag. This is where it can get a little messy. And we're going to seal our bag. And then we're going to add heat from our hands to our Starburst rock through the bag to make it more malleable. Now, malleable also means capable of being shaped. That's like a little definition for it. So we're just going to kind of hold on to it, press onto it, give it some heat. And then once we feel like we've given it enough heat, are you ready for the next step? We're going to add some pressure to it. So we're going to take a book or a similar type of heavy object and apply pressure to the rock. So here's our books. Our Starbursts are right here on the table, and we're going to press down as hard as we can. So you should make a pretty flat candy rock. Now your next step, it says take the Starburst rock and take it out, and we're going to fold it over kind of like a taco, very carefully, and maybe fold it one more time. And then we're going to put it back into the bag. And again, we're going to apply pressure with our book or heavy object. Make sure all the air is squeezed out of your bag while you do this, because you don't want your bag to pop. All right, and this step also comes with a question. This question says, this rock has been formed due to heat and pressure. What type of rock is this? So again, there's only 3 types of rocks. This is our part 2. This is the second rock that we're showing. All right, so you can take it out and kind of check it out. We have a pretty flat rock now. It looks way different from where we started. And this leads us to part 3. So part 3, you're going to take your microwave safe bowl and you're going to put your Starburst rock inside of it. Pop it in there. This is where you guys need to be careful. You're going to be putting this bowl in the microwave. The steps are as followed. I have the final result just for time's sake. So you're going to place the bowl in the microwave for 10 seconds. You're going to microwave the rock for 10 more seconds if needed, if it's not melted all the way through. You don't want it to a point where it's like bubbling and going everywhere. You just want it enough so that it starts to melt. After that, you're going to observe the rock and kind of observe what happened to it. So here is our final result. So you guys remember this is what it looked like before we microwaved. And here is a final result of an after we microwaved. So it's all goopy. It's actually stuck to the plate a little bit. I moved it too quickly when it was hot. And it changed color, definitely. So those are some observations that you guys can make about the rock. You definitely want to set it aside and let it cool down before you do anything. I moved it too quickly. It melted onto the plate. And then it also comes with a question. Okay. Oh my goodness. Grab him. My dog is barking. Sorry. So he should be fine. Just pet him. So also, while you wait for the rock to cool down, there's a section on here where you can illustrate the rock cycle and you can really show that movement in a picture. Once the rock is hard, check it out. It also comes with a question. It says, you have mimicked the process of lava cooling and forming a solid rock. What type of rock have you formed? What's that last rock? And then there's also a final question after that. It says, you have demonstrated the rock cycle through this experiment. With the new Starburst rock you've created, can you demonstrate the rock cycle again? And how would you do it? So I hope you guys enjoyed this mini demonstration of the lab that we've started in class. If you would like a copy of this, I will gladly email it to you. I also have a little cheat sheet for parents, if that's helpful for you guys to find the answers and answer the questions. Again, I hope you guys are safe and happy and washing your hands. See you later.